It's true. I kept silence for 40 years. I've been a mother. Um, I was raped, but I have a most gorgeous daughter, and I have two gorgeous grandsons. When I conceived my daughter, got no post-rape counselling until my daughter and myself were reunited. And then I realised I was raped. I didn't ask for it. But there was a terrible stigma. I wasn't allowed to speak to it about my fact that I'm a mother. I was always told, you're not a mother. Her adoptive parents are her parents. You are not a mother. And even to the extent that my own mother would say, I have 12 grandchildren, and I'd say, no, you have 13 grandchildren. And I wasn't allowed to speak about it. It was like as if I never had a child ever in my whole life. And now to think, I didn't expect it. Was in the 1970s, before the Amendment Act was passed, and the first thing I was offered was an abortion. Oh, you poor thing, would you like an abortion? I already was on the side of unmarried mothers before I became one myself, and I could never understand why they were stigmatized and scapegoated in Irish society. And so I did know where to go for help. And at the time, RTE did promote single mothers to come out, and organisations like Cherish were founded. But nevertheless, I did experience terrible stigma. I knew when my daughter was born, I wouldn't be able to look for accommodation privately. The landladies in those days would not take you if you were pregnant. I lost my job when the boss found out I was pregnant, and I had nowhere to go except my family, but I didn't want to go back to my hometown as pregnant. I wanted to take responsibility for it. So I stayed with a mother and baby home, but the nuns were very, very kind and welcoming, not like as portrayed on the television and in films. They were the exception, but I knew they would be. And they encouraged me to be open. And they said, if you ever meet any man and he's serious with you, please do say it. And I did nearly get married twice. And I did say it, and I have to say the men were very touched that I shared my story with them. It's tremendously healing to speak about my experience, but also to share the love that I have for my daughter, and how proud I am of her, and how much she contributes everywhere she's been. She's the life and soul of life in all the countries she's lived in. And she healed me too, like Shona, I can say she healed me. And our reunion was something that we both needed. And she settled down and did her studies and performed very well, getting a PhD and a postdoctorate. She seemed to be more settled in herself when she met me, because she always wanted to meet me. And her parents always encouraged her to meet me. And every time it was on her birthday, she used to, and every Christmas they'd say, who's thinking of you today? And she'd say, the mother that grew me in her tummy. And she used to boast in school and say, I've 3 mothers. I've my mother Mary in heaven. I have Mother Mary who chose me, and I have a mother that grew me in her tummy. Well, it took about another year for us to be reunited, and well, the rest is history. And she's supporting me. She knows I'm here. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming out on this cold night and for listening to my story and validating me so much. Every single person here has validated me and has helped me come out as a mum.